Welcome back to another episode of the Caffeinated Weebs Podcast. This is episode 44. I'm one of your hosts, Shawnee095.
I'm DMBTV.
I'm Psychometry.
I am Sasha's Streams.
I'm Zombie Joe.
And tonight we're talking about anime for intro. Anime for beginners. Intro anime for... Intro anime for beginners.
If you want to make intros, but that is not what
Just
we're
go find
discussing.
AMVs. Just go find AMVs and...
Search up AMVs on YouTube. No, we're talking about what anime would be good for introducing to people who haven't watched anime before. What would be a good way to get into the medium?
I will say right now, just as a context for either me or you, whoever does this episode for YouTube,
What are we on?
I
46,
did not
right?
turn on... No, this is 44.
44. Damn, alright,
Yeah.
44.
Oh, shit.
I did not turn on the
Here we go
audio
again.
until I just started saying that.
Well, that's
Yeah.
fine.
On,
I mean, we normally drag the master anyway, so...
Yeah. But anyways, who wants to go ahead and start off with whatever they got?
What a resounding start.
I'll start, because I have a feeling
just
Sean has
joined
this
and I was
too.
going to ask about audio. So, thank you, Tex
What
Pride.
about
Just
audio?
about everybody who comes into the beginning always asks about audio.
I'm sorry,
It
what about
always
my...
happens.
What about the audio?
I didn't turn on the audio at the right way at the beginning.
Oh my god.
So
No,
welcome back to the
it's-
Caffeinated Scuff Weebs.
So Josh, yes, the anime you're going to talk about.
Cowboy Bebop. I had a
Hell
feeling. I was gonna say I have a feeling you might have that. Not
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. Okay. So that's I think going to be an easy one for someone to get into. I'd probably say more towards a mature audience, if anything. I mean, granted, I watched it when I was younger, but that doesn't mean, everybody's going to be into it. But
But it's so good.
it is. I mean, it's got action, it's got love, it's got like a great, I mean, every episode there's something new going on. You've got, and like you said, the soundtrack alone, dude. I don't know how many times I've heard that soundtrack. And once you play it, you can't help but start humming it for the rest of the day.
Where can you find it these days? Is it on Funimation?
Fucking
Yes.
Tank is the best theme in existence.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
I don't know how many
Tank
times we
is
catch you like humming that in stream, dude.
Dude, it's so good, it's so catchy. It's impossible not
Goes
to.
along with those monkey adventures.
I mean,
Fair.
it's almost like we
When
need
are
to
we
do
doing Monkey
some sort of
Adventures again?
special on that at some point.
I
It's
don't
so
know,
good.
Maybe.
I don't know about that. We'll see. Who's to say?
I don't know. Who knows?
Maybe we'll
Maybe.
put it. Well, maybe we'll pencil it in the agenda.
Who
sometime.
knows, maybe this is why
But I mean, yeah,
there's a
Cowboy
movie.
Bebop, it's got like great soundtrack.
Great
It's
characters.
Literally, yeah, it's got great characters. Honestly, great characters, great
Episodic
character
as
design.
fuck.
It's
You
literally
can
a
drop in.
cowboy western, but in space. It's awesome.
And tell me, after watching this, you didn't want pull string ramen.
You didn't want what?
Tell me you didn't want pull string ramen.
Man,
You
I
like you
always
pull
want ramen.
pull a string and it heats up the whole ramen cup. You don't remember
So
that?
fucking
That was
sick.
so
No, I
fucking
don't.
cool.
Science.
I saw that. I was like, man, that'd be so cool. You just sit down, pull the string off the ramen. It's like heating up. You're good to go.
Yeah, that's like science
Beautiful.
wizardry I want in the real world.
Fucking right.
I mean, we're getting there.
Potential,
I mean,
yeah.
you've seen
I mean,
MREs.
kinda, yeah. MREs. And MREs are getting slightly more palatable, so.
And at this point, you add water, pull the string from the bottom, it heats it up. You're good to go.
Yeah. So, actually, yeah, we're getting kind of close there.
One day I'll have my pull string ramen.
One day.
You know,
It's gonna be a
just
dream.
do it yourself. Copyright it. You know,
Right?
Make the real money.
Oh my god.
You know that meme? He's just gonna be like, "Wake me when we have pull string ramen."
Stonks.
Put himself in cryo freeze for that shit.
Hey man, dude, is something worth it?
I bet you it probably exists in Japan. I bet you.
Oh, man, put me
you
in
know
They
VR,
come up with
what?
so
They
many
probably
weird
did
inventions.
for a short
They
run.
do.
VR, bro. that full dive VR.
More than likely, they probably had a short run for it at some point. I'm almost sure of it with how heavily things are marketed in Japan.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible. We've seen some wackier things come out of Japan. They probably have
like fucking Silent Hill pachinko machines.
Okay, listen. We don't got to talk about Konami being Konami. We don't got to go.
They do them.
Pull the lever. Or no, I'm sorry. Hit the lever.
This is fucking Sasha's daily reminder that Konami's a shit company now, and we should not sponsor them.
Fuck Konami.
Well,
Get good.
if we're done with Cowboy Bebop, I don't know, man. I gotta say, like, One Punch Man. Season 1 of One Punch Man, it's such a good way to get people into, like, the comedy of anime, but also give you, like, the action that you get from it.
All I say about One Punch Man is the art style is not great. It's not the greatest.
Well, Season 2 is not so good, from what I've heard.
I'm just talking about the animation in general, like the dude's character designs.
It's hella basic. It's hella basic.
I don't like it.
It has one style infused with it, though. It's like hella basic, but like hella basic for one.
Yeah, that's one in general.
Right, but if you look at Mob Psycho, it's the exact same fucking art.
Yeah, but
in the exact same
Mob Psycho has
design.
definitely, like, I don't know. Mob Psycho, I will say, does have, like, a better character design. I feel like just...
Not that
I don't know.
watched really either of them.
It doesn't feel as, like, satire. That's what I love about One Punch Man. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still love Mob.
Wait,
What?
Yeah, the basic ass character design holds it back a little for me.
I mean, do you
Fair
feel
enough.
it'd be easier to get people to care about One Punch Man or Mob?
Probably One Punch Man because it's super more casual.
God, I don't know. Mob does have, like, the great action scenes and everything, and it has comedy in it, but I feel like it's more story and not so much about the satire
But that's what
comedy.
I mean when it's like when it comes to like introducing something to someone. It's like if I show it to them, then inevitably someone's gonna ask like, why should I care? And it's like I think I'd be easier trying to get someone invested in Mob than One Punch Man.
I guess at that point,
Fair.
yeah, because there's at least some suspension of disbelief. But in fucking One Punch Man, it's always just like, yeah, okay, he's just gonna punch him, and they're gonna fucking die.
Exactly.
Consecutive serious punches. Fair enough. Okay. Well, Dan, what you got?
It does seem interesting.
What do you like? Well, like I don't want to say I'm like brand new to it, but I'm still kind of like fairly new to anime, so I don't really. For me, like it's to recommend somebody something, I'd have to know like what they're into. And I don't know, just what I would say is like to start off is like Naruto, because you know the story's really good. It's a long show if they want something long. It's full of action and you know there's some sad points to it.
Great story points, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, didn't you play something that mentioned in the pre-show that you can finish it in 2 hours?
Oh yeah, you can finish One Piece in 2 hours.
Excuse you?
You can.
It's the shortest anime ever to be made.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's
I
like
was
what,
say,
3
even
episodes?
with like if you had the cheat sheet version where you cut through all the filler, it'd still probably take you like what?
About a
It'll
month.
take you a good
Month?
week, yeah. Good week.
I'm guessing nobody heard what he
cheat
played
sheet.
then.
Yes, I
Okay.
heard. I already saw it. He sent it to me earlier,
Yeah, I sent it to him on TikTok.
and I was like, "Shut the fuck up!"
TikTok.
A bunch of lies. Well, Sasha, what you got?
Honestly, one of my first recommendations to anybody getting in would probably be Lupin the Third, at least the original animated series.
That's an interesting one.
See, I will say this though. For some people, if they start to look at anime and then they see that you are sending them something that is like the older animation style, that may turn them away as well. It's unfortunate.
I completely agree with you.
Well, the same could be said for Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah. Yep.
What I think is harder about that sell is that, unlike Cowboy Bebop, it is a long-standing franchise, and the amount of content that they have to ingest can be a bit overwhelming.
It can be, but it can also be kind of galvanizing in the same way that there's like, I can keep going into this, and there's still going to be more for me to watch at some
Certainly,
point.
but I think it's important to analyze in this particular time period of consumption, with media consumption, that a lot of people aren't really here for the long-term investment. A lot of people would rather binge things that they can invest themselves in for a short amount of time rather than a long-standing series.
My hero.
I suppose that's fair. I'm more of an old hat with anime in the first place anyways, and I feel like a good grasp of the old basics can give you a better look into, modern animes. Now,
I guess
I
the
do
gist
have
of
a
it
more
is
modern pick for another one, but my first would probably be honestly Lupin the Third, because of how episodic it is. It's not, you don't have to watch every single episode to get what's going on. It's not typically carrying over some huge overarching story. It's just fun. You're enjoying it, and you're enjoying Lupin's crazy, stupid antics.
It's them
I will
Saturday
say,
cartoon vibes.
even though like we did the whole the Castle of Cagliostro, I still have yet to actually go and watch some. But like after we watched that, I did have more of an interest into Lupin. I will say
It's a super fun series, and I wish it got more exposure. It's gotten a couple of like animated movies recently, and the live action one as well.
yeah.
I think it's had like 2 games at all, and other than that, it's really just been an animated series.
Well, Lupin's time is come and passed, mostly just because you've seen, based on how you've seen protagonists being portrayed back then as compared to now. Back then, protagonists were about who was the coolest, who was the suavest. It was not about making them relatable. Nowadays, protagonists are all about, they have emotions, they have bad days, like they're vulnerable, that kind of thing. They're not always cool. And it's just like, what I feel like is that eventually we're going to enter that kind of post era where it'll flip back around. People want that cool protagonist again, but as of right now, it's like people want the opposite
Someone
of what
relatable.
Lupin or Conan would represent.
Yeah, they want relatable.
I really do also enjoy the Saturday morning cartoon feeling vibe, where it's just like you tune in, you have a fun time, you go about the rest of your day. Yeah, it's not, you don't have to remember, okay, what's all the story beats going on from last episode? Do I need to go back and watch it to make sure that I'm remembering everything correctly? I'm not missing any important plot points. You just watch and have fun.
Yeah. I got you. Psycho. What's your anime? Or what's one of your animes? Let me just say that actually.
I
Because that was misleading a little bit in the DMs, thanks.
I think if we're based on the trend of stuff that's actiony and would grab your attention easily, a recommendation I'd have is actually Assassination Classroom. I think that was one of the main driving influencers in terms of my interest towards anime, because at the time, my interest towards anime was still very meh, and it wasn't until like Steins Gate, but I wouldn't recommend that to beginners, and like Ass Class, that I was like, oh yeah, this is the medium I want to be a part of. Ass Class has
some
that
things they had
benefit.
like Death Note as recommendations. I don't see Death Note as a recommendation.
Not
That's
as
like
a
very
start,
certain
not like at the
niche.
very first, not even like in the top 3, maybe top 5. Maybe it was like your 4th or 5th after they've seen like 3 shows, but never. I
Yeah.
don't feel in the top 3
No.
because it is very much a coin flip. You might, turn people off with how
Yes.
L's nature, maniacal nature. You might turn them off with the dark themes, the whole philosophical introspective of mortality, and the point of and the worth of human lives and all that. It's like it's a very much a coin toss, and it's like, do you want to risk them losing interest in the medium in hopes that this will instead strengthen that?
Yep. Sorry about that, a little tangent, but
No,
yeah,
it's
go
okay.
on.
I mean, it was relevant, and I could add on to it. The point is that it's like with Death Note, definitely is like 5th and beyond, but I'd feel almost never in the top 3. You definitely want to dip their toes in first, let them get a feel for what they like, and make sure that they can handle what anime can kind of bring to the table when they want to explore the darker sides of
The edge.
Yeah. The darker paradigm of
Our so-called line of edge game brews.
Oh, dude. Nah, yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's get King's
The
Game in
edgy
top
brews.
3, though. I definitely show my friends King's Game. It's the second or third.
Shield Hero.
Ooh, yeah,
Hey.
get Shield Hero in there.
Hey, I showed you Shield Hero as like your second or third anime.
I don't think it was that early,
Shield Hero.
but
Was it or
think-
was it not?
it wasn't like one of my first few. No,
You did One Piece, Naruto. What else?
One Piece, Naruto, fucking. I
Yeah,
started
the real
MHA.
big ones.
MHA I probably caught up to because I binged that. I binged a lot of the animes I watched.
I mean, if everything goes correctly, didn't you watch Beyblades early on too?
Pokemon, then, if that's the case.
God damn it.
Hey man, Pokemon is a good show. It was.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would
a good
recommend
show.
it.
Was.
No, I would still recommend it. It's not bad.
I
It still has, like,
I can't get into all the new stuff.
the story's still there. Unfortunate, it is definitely still pandering more towards kids, but it's
Yeah, I
a
was about
much
to say,
better
it'd be a
watch
tough
than
sell
Beyblade.
for anyone in our
It's a
age
much
group.
better watch than Beyblade.
I
Much
feel
better
like a
watch than
fucking boomer
Metal
whenever
Fusion.
whenever I watch Pokemon.
It's,
It's so
yeah.
bad, man.
Yeah.
Like I see all
it's-
these new fucking Pokemon, I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck is that thing? Is that a goddamn candle?
No, it bothers me whenever you see Ash and he's just like, whoa, what is that? I'm like, bitch, you got one of them last gen.
Wow,
And it's
is
just
that
like
a
a slightly
Squirtle?
different form from a new fucking.
Yes.
It's like, wow, is that a Squirtle? Bitch, didn't you see one in episode 13 of season 1? The fuck?
Wow, what is this Ninetales like shaped Pokemon?
Ninetales. The nine-tailed Pokemon.
That kind of shit. Oh, don't get me started on the fucking games either.
So you were talking about Assassination Classroom, though.
Yeah, Assassination Classroom benefits as an easy intro, mostly just because it kind of sits on kind of all spectrums of anime. You know, first and foremost, it's a shonen. It'll easily grab your attention with its great animation, production. It's brilliant writing. It's and the plethora of action scenes that it provides. Because what you'll commonly see in the show is that they'll take something super mundane and then throw in an action kind of subversion to it. You know, complete this test, but like you answer by like fucking climbing this mountain, and, like dodging shit, or like playing fucking dodgeball with guns or something. It's crazy. But
I
the
love
point
it,
is,
honestly, so much.
But the point is that first and foremost, it'll grab your attention as a shonen, but then it'll have sides of romance. It'll have sides of drama, you'll definitely get a little bit of like those dark themes in terms of, say, parent controlling relationships or the murder and death of people you love, that kind of thing. So in terms of how off-putting it could be, I think it's pretty low on the scale. So I think very rarely you could put people off from the medium if you showed them this one.
And it's not like a super long anime.
It's also
So-
not super long, yeah, because each season's only 24 episodes.
24 episodes each, yeah.
And there are only 2 seasons. And very much you can either watch just the first one or watch them both. So yeah, good.
And the intros are fucking bangers.
Good intro to anime, I feel. It's the best all-rounder.
Josh, do you have another one?
Yeah, actually I do. Forgive me, I'm gonna butcher the name. It's I mean, English would be pronounced what, Himoto Umaru-chan, or My Two-Faced Little Sister. Absolutely hilarious.
Really?
No.
It is
You
absolutely
would give that
hilarious.
as an intro?
Yes, that's a good slice of life. That's hilarious.
I
Have you
don't-
watched?
I
No,
don't think so.
not
Yes.
not Uzumaki-chan.
No, we're not talking about
Uzumaki.
Uzumaki.
Whatever.
No one said
I know we're talking
Uzumaki.
about
not
Umaru,
Uzuki.
the orange-haired little shit.
That was hilarious. I
Yeah.
loved it.
Oh.
It's fucking hilarious.
I
Damn, I didn't know
dropped
we were
it.
gonna be like freaking. All right, whatever. Then move on. So what else?
No, please
No.
give your piece.
I said my shit.
I mean, sell your anime, bro, but I'm saying...
Yeah, you
no,
gotta
bro.
sell the
Alright,
reason.
no,
I mean,
I'm
sell
good.
for you ain't selling shit.
No, that's it. Umaru-chan. Boom, you're already sold. That's it. That's my whole pitch. Lol, the amount of dissent.
Fuck.
Oh, search me up says Gundam Seed Forever God. Here's the problem with Gundam Seed. If we're talking about intro anime,
That shit
Not
is
everyone's into
really
mecha.
intricate.
and not everyone's
For-
into mecha that has long, deep-seated lore that you'll have to know ahead of time.
Yeah,
Bro.
I think if you know
That
the
shit is
spin-offs,
super
like
fucking-
Iron-Blooded Orphans, it's fine because they have their own kind of rooted,
Mhm.
closed-off lore that you only have to focus on for the show.
but
but-
you have to watch like 3 other shows.
Yeah,
that
for
one.
Gundam Seed, I think it's a set of shows that have continuing lore, and you need to watch everything else.
Isn't it fucking UA too? So that leads to like 4 other shows.
Yeah, I think for the
yeah.
purposes of everything we
love
have on
Gundam,
our list are things that you can jump into
A separate timeline.
without having
Gundam
to
Seed?
have to watch 3 other shows to get
Oh,
into
no, I
it.
guess it
It's
is.
not
It's
part
separate.
of a timeline. Or if it is part of a timeline, at least it's an enclosed story that you wouldn't need other parts to understand the context.
Like fucking Mobile Fighter G.
A separate
Yeah,
timeline
Mobile Fighter
to
G
do your
is
research
its own
cycle.
thing.
That
Well,
was
even
Um,
then,
enjoyed
it's
that
still
one.
like, okay, separate timeline, but there's still context that exists outside of it.
Yeah.
Gundam Seed is a lot, and Gundam shows in general are shows that rely on the fact that you are a fan beforehand, and that you're
Like,
going
you
into
know
this
what a Gundam is,
knowing
and you,
what is
like-
going
Yeah.
on.
You once you see a Zaku, you're like, yo.
Yeah, they'll like fucking bring in like Gundams with no explanation and expect you to cream your pants. That's the kind of thing because you already know what's going on. But if
Yeah.
I threw in a complete newbie, he'll be like, "What the fuck am I watching? And why the fuck am I?"
What is that thing, and why is it just here now?
Don't worry about it.
Doctor Stone,
Worry
though,
about it's
he-
fucking cool.
Search me up as a
Dr. Stone,
good point.
definitely.
I think Doctor Stone's a really good one.
No,
It's got
definitely.
the action. It's got the animation.
It's
and-
got education.
Yeah, and the fact that it's supposed to be like a spin on edutainment, which is something that a lot of us inherently already
Fuck.
enjoyed way back when. I'll stop spamming caps. Yo, the spam.
It
The
is kind of cool, honestly.
Cap spam coming in clutch. Fucking Nightbot. Not taking anyone's shit.
Dude, Nightbot's got a tight grip.
He
Yeah,
said,
it is.
I said fairy tale. Oh. Well, hold
Dr.
on. But
Stone
first, with
is definitely a
Dr.
good
Stone,
one,
it's like,
though.
with the fact that it's edutainment, it lends itself to the fact that it can be easy to understand, easy to grasp. The concept and the premise is not too complicated to follow. So it's like, yeah, very much if I wanted to get people
I'll
into
have
anime,
to-
Dr. Stone's a very good one.
I'll have to go back and watch that because I started it, but I got really fucking tired of like the having to wait a week just to watch a damn episode shit. So I was like, all right, I'm done with this. I made it like 3 or 4 episodes, and I was like, I'll just wait until this shit just comes out. So I don't
It's
have to
good.
keep waiting.
Season 1 and then Stone Wars is really good, actually.
What do you think of Fairy Tail starter though? I'm conflicted on this one.
I
am too, because Fairy
If they
Tail
like
is
fantasy. I've never even watched it, but if they're into fantasy kind of settings and they're looking for an anime, yeah, that's not a bad one.
it's good. It's just it does have its like really slow points, and it also has a certain level of, I don't want to say like ecchi, because I mean it does have a little bit of it, but
It has its moments.
but nothing like super crazy like DxD or anything like that.
And I don't know. It has like a bit of like a cliffhanger, not cliffhanger at the end, but you know, they kind of like
I don't know. It feels like every single like arc has the exact same ending.
Pretty much does.
Natsu gets some new power and just blows the enemy out of the water. So, if you like just like watching magic and stuff, then yeah, by all means, if you know they're into magic, perfect. Fairy Tail is definitely
If
the
they
one
just
to go
care
for.
about fight scenes, that would be the show for them. Because there's no
True.
real like, there's no romance really in it. There's like, it's literally just
have a happy for Fairy Tail. Yeah, happy's good.
Yeah.
Happy's God.
pretty much.
Bleach is another one that is kind of like iffy.
No, Bleach is really hard. I'd say not for a beginner. Because at first, the fact that it's one of the big 3 is supposed to be... It's kind of a red herring in a way. Because Bleach has a lot of moments where they're literally just standing and talking around and talking, like trying to put in that deep-seated lore. It's once again, how much investment can you expect a newbie to kind of pick up? And I think for a first-time anime, it's way too rough. Bleach is way
and that's
too
why
much.
I will say
We need to
Dragon Ball
establish things.
and Dragon Ball Z would be much easier.
I love Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is such a good starter. Like, not even Z. Dragon Ball.
No, yeah. I have a coworker of mine, and she literally just started watching anime like last year or the year before, and she started with Dragon Ball and then went Dragon Ball Z. She absolutely loved it.
That's one of the best ways to start.
Can you tell me how much you hated about the new Naruto Boruto?
I like it.
RK9 says, Hunter x Hunter is
Hunter
best
x
intro
Hunter.
to shonen because it's 98% no filler.
But are we talking about OG Hunter x Hunter, or are we talking about, I'm sorry, Hunter x Hunter? Or are we talking about the newer one?
2011.
2011?
Fool. You fool.
Well, okay, we're not even going to get into Soul
Don't
Eater.
start with Soul Eater, yeah.
I don't know. Soul Eater is
Honestly-
good, though. It's actually pretty good.
Loop back
I don't
around.
know
The
if
ending kind of flops.
Loop back around to search me ups. Can you talk about how much you hate the new Boruto? Here's the thing. I don't hate it, but I certainly haven't gotten to a point where I actually enjoy it. Like, I'm watching it at this point just to see what happens, but it's not like I would spend my free time to, like, rewatch it. If I've watched the episode once, I'm left it there for now. Whereas opposed to, like, I kind of want to rewatch Shippuden. Like, I get that feeling. With Boruto, it's like, oh, new episode, watch it. Alright, cool, done.
That's how I
Leave it
feel
in
with
my memory
Boruto.
somewhere.
But stuff's really starting to kick off now on the show, and it's been pretty fun to watch.
That's literally the only reason why I kind of want to go and watch it, is just because, like, all the big stuff that's been happening.
Yeah.
Like the stuff with Kurama and whatnot. Like, I
Yeah.
want to go see
It's
that.
like, the thing
That
they've
hasn't
done
happened
well
yet.
is that it's not just Naruto 2.0. It's not just a rerun of Naruto. It is its own thing. It's just
It's a
what
continuation.
It's trying to be is not as interesting as its original. That's the only problem.
Yeah. No, DBZ is not a terrible intro. Because
DBZ
it's the
a
thing is,
great-
if
Okay,
you
DBZ
know what they're into, like
Kai.
if you know that they want some fighting
No,
and
no.
just action, there you go.
DBZ Kai, I would say, would be a better
Yes.
introduction. If you really like Dragon Ball and you
Yeah.
liked Kai, go back.
We
and
were
watch
talking
You need to
about
start
going
watching.
into Dragon Ball and then going to Dragon Ball Z. Like, yeah, definitely.
DBZ is kind of
'Cause
too old for
Kai
new
cuts
viewers,
out
man.
a lot of the bullshit.
I don't know, man. We had with Sasha and Josh talking about, you know,
sorry,
Lupin and,
Cowboy Bebop. The old style
going on?
does not become a detriment.
Oh yeah, no, I've actually got another old style thing that I might recommend somebody.
He says Dragon Ball Super for
Drop it.
God.
So I know some didn't like the last time, but Slayers I really do enjoy and think is a good introduction to an anime. It's a little long, I'll give it that. No doubt.
Dragon Ball GT. Are you guys just
God,
gonna
no,
list
GT's
everyone and say,
awful.
yeah, this is the great starting point?
So Slayers is also semi-episodic, but it's following them wandering around the countryside instead of just, at one place. And not only again does it have a decent amount of content, there's also continuations and follow-ups and OVAs if you want more. And again, it's old animation style, a little bit basic, but it's honestly one of my favorite animes.
Thank you for the follow.
Probably second.
Appreciate it. Search me up.
Or well, it's in the top 5, definitely.
No, I mean, the movie, it wasn't bad. I mean, I did enjoy the movie. And I don't know, I will
That's
say it
generally
would just
what
be,
it is.
I don't know, it wouldn't be like one of those things that I would like go out of my way to go and watch, I will say. But
it's
if it
understandable.
was brought to me or something like that, then sure, I'd sit down and
Like,
watch it.
Hey, we having a watch party. Like, hey, yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're more into militaristic stuff,
Yeah,
FMA
so I was
Brotherhood,
going to talk about FMA. So, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, because Full Metal Alchemist, it's his own thing, but Brotherhood's kind of like almost like a Kai type of thing, but it also continues the story. The whole story of it is just done so well. The action is phenomenal. And just, no. You don't stop watching Full Metal. No, you finish it. You binge that shit.
I stopped.
You're a fucking heathen. Get out of here. No, you just go through all of Full Metal Brotherhood and you just go through. It's a great story, great action, and just honestly, it's just a well-rounded anime.
I get why people like it. I definitely understand it. It seems interesting.
It's good. The animation's really good.
Yeah, that is another thing I'll say. The animation in it is lovely, which really good segue also. K is also another one of my recommendations.
One Piece is
First
best
hours.
introduction. When you're done with that, there will be nothing else to watch because you'll be dead.
That is also true.
I do not agree with that. I am not dead.
I have unlimited.
You're not done yet.
I am
You're not
done.
yet, though. No.
No, the anime's not that big, but I'm caught up.
Well, yeah, you're caught up, but you'll never be done until he finishes
Fate Stay
it. so-
Night
Yeah.
Unlimited Blade Works as an intro anime. That's bold.
I wouldn't.
I think
No,
they're
there's
just
too much
memeing at
lore
this
behind
point.
it.
I think they're just memeing at this point.
That's gotta
Because-
be a meme.
That one's super, like, you have to understand what's going on with Fate. You have to understand
Yeah.
who these people are.
You need to know about
the
Fate
rules of
Zero
the
because you need to know
game.
about the first game previously to know about the whole Gilgamesh thing.
How much of a douchebag Gilgamesh is.
Yeah. Oh, and don't get me wrong, yeah, the animation and everything is so beautiful. Yes, you are absolutely right. The animation in Fate, so good.
But
But yeah.
the amount
good
of
animation,
investment
K,
you've had to
that's
have
the best one you're gonna
previously,
find.
Yes.
not for the first time watcher.
Yeah,
Josh, do you have
definitely not.
anything else you want to talk about?
Nope, my list is exhausted.
I'm sorry that we kind of just shit on the other one. I really am. I do feel bad about it.
About what?
How mean you just shitted on his Himaru-chan pick.
Bro! It's just a
I'm
pet
completely
peeve, okay? I
unfamiliar.
hate little shits.
I'm completely unfamiliar.
I mean, if we want to talk about it being like episodic, it is episodic. It's just like a one and done episode type of thing. There's not much for like a continuation story in it. It's just like each episode is there.
Like, you don't actually
So-
unironically like Umaru as a character, right?
I enjoyed the anime overall. I was just saying. I watched it with my kids. We all enjoyed it. It was their introduction anime. They loved it.
Fair.
Right, that's fair. I'm just saying, I can't stand her
I
character.
mean,
to
we
the
never
point, like,
gauged
that I
age
don't wanna
range
watch it.
on who we're introducing this to.
True.
That is also
True.
Again,
Fair.
This is also something we should say as well. Things are very subjective on who you're going to recommend them to. Like, you wouldn't recommend somebody, who doesn't like a fantasy anime. I wouldn't recommend somebody who hates that kind of shit Slayers. And I wouldn't, recommend people who hate slice of lives like School Rumble. School Rumble's the only one I could ever stand.
Well,
Or you
yeah,
just
and
went,
if you like,
went on a whole on spiel in
Yeah.
the chat there.
yeah, I saw about
What?
God. I don't know. For me, if you were to introduce someone to like Slice of Life, I think I might do like Toradora, to be honest. You wouldn't? Not Toradora?
I'm not familiar with, so I couldn't say. School Rumble
Toradora
is
is
just
a
very
bit
fun,
rough
interesting
around
one
the
for me.
edges in terms of things like suspension of disbelief.
But it's got its comedy in it. It's got the will they, won't they type
You
of
can't-
thing.
well, here's the thing with my slice of life, right?
If you
is
want
that
will they, won't they kind of shit, School Rumble, man.
it's built on so many factors of, like, is that actually what is like possible? I think it's like, would this guy really just up and fucking out this girl in front of the entire fucking school? I don't really think so. Like, as a slice of life, I think it's not that great. As a romance drama, it works. But I think in terms of, like, slice and life stuff, you want to introduce people... There's some really good ones. Oh. Fucking... Tonikawa. There you go. That's a good slice of life.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a very...
Like,
Very,
Toradora tries way too hard to
simple
lean
story
into
type of
its
thing.
drama, so it with slice
Fair.
of life, you never want to lean too hard because it's about making something out of the mundane, whereas Toradora was all about its character dramas, and as a result, exacerbated situations happened because of it. But I definitely don't set it in the slice of life category.
I will say this. Can we agree that you would not recommend JoJo's as an intro?
No, hell no. Hell no.
No, because it took me...
Like-
I know from personal experience, it took me a while to get into JoJo's.
Same. Like, the animation is... Ooh, I'm not gonna lie, that was the one thing that kept me from going into JoJo's, was the animation style.
I'm still lenient on watching it.
Exactly. It's not an easy one to go into right away. It's definitely one that it takes time
It's super
to...
weird. Like, the situations that happen are super fucking outlandish. It's super anime as shit. Like, it's honestly the birth of, like, crazy anime bullshit.
Damn, we
Like,
definitely need to
if-
look into that, we gotta look into Nightbot going crazy, yeah?
Because,
Oh,
I
wait,
mean,
you
if
do
you,
it
if you
again?
think about
Fuck.
it,
Dude, he got
JoJo's-
banned.
Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds?
JoJo's was from the 80s, and that shit, like, started all the
Banned for
crazy,
10
stupid
minutes.
bullshit.
Wait a minute.
Holy
Time out.
shit.
All right,
Somebody get time
you're
out?
saved.
Time out. All right,
Yeah.
good.
I removed it.
Oh shit! Nightbot going ham.
Yo, we're not talking about panty and stockings. We are not talking about
that
that.
is not a starter anime.
Nah, man.
That's like a fucking dark roast episode.
Yeah. No, you want to get people into the horny, you start with High School DxD or Two Love Ru. Easy. That's the good starters. That's like the starter.
Well, no,
pack
PSG
for-
is just if you want to show them a comedy, not like a fucking edgy.
No, yeah, that's what I said. I was like, you want to get people started on the etchies. That's where it's at. Panty and stocking is a bit nuanced, especially in its style.
How would you get someone in,
Yeah.
or give them an intro into like the gore of anime? What would you do for that?
Gore knows?
That's a good question. I would
Elfin
say
lead?
No. Are you nuts?
As a gore no.
No.
Fine, King's Game.
No,
there you
you're-
go.
Okay, you're not.
No,
you don't-
no,
Okay,
no.
okay. Listen, so the way that you're wanting to introduce people to this is like slowly, not a sudden.
Nah,
like,
chuck
I'm
'em
not
over the
gonna
deep
fucking
end,
show
see who
somebody
sticks.
blood C right off the bat. Yeah,
Listen,
absolutely.
if you're
No.
looking for that kind of stuff, you already got people over the deep end.
I would say something like Gantz. It's a little like it's a little less fucking. It's still bloody. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like people's body parts literally ripping themselves fucking limb from limb.
Fully Cooley. No. Well, I mean, Fully Cooley is a good anime, but I don't know about any as a recommendation, like for an intro.
Yeah, like if your friends, if the person you're like recommending to is super like, out there,
Evangelion.
I don't know how to even explain it. Like super obscure weird shit, because Fully Cooley is really nonsensical. Honestly, it's just nonsensical weird shit almost 24/7. Like you just kind of got to be like, that can happen now. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I think you
I
definitely
will
have
say
to be
also-
prepared for a lot of what anime can offer before you get into it.
Yeah. I don't know
Yu-Gi-Oh!
about recommending.
Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Did you? And I'm trying to read that. Watch that when you were in high school.
I don't know about.
No, I didn't.
Fighters.
I was never a big Yu-Gi-Oh fan.
I watched.
watched
the original
Yu-Gi-Oh! and-
GX.
Yep. Same.
Yeah,
5Ds, whenever they
those
started getting on
ones.
bikes, I was like, yeah, fuck
Yeah,
this.
it was like, okay, now they're starting to do like what was it, fucking tuner summoning and shit. And I was like, okay, come on, guys, like fuck off. Like I was actually into the card game at the time, and I was playing a tune deck, so it was just like, it's like following the rules. It's not like none of the characters I know are even in the anime anymore. Just fuck it.
What do y'all think about Evangelion as an intro? I think no.
It's
No,
a
definitely
little. It
It definitely has
they're
its
into
ups.
mecha already, but not.
But it's like one of those things, like you have to know that type of person, just know if they would be into it. I'd say, yeah, it's going to be too weird for them.
Evangelion is really an anime for mecha anime fans. Like it's meant to ape off of the tropes of ones that come before it. It expects that you've seen Robotech, Macross, Gundam, shit like that.
I think Eva's got its own thing, not necessarily like as a jumping off, or like as a point you go to after. I feel like it's definitely its own thing.
It's its own thing, definitely, but it takes a lot from the mecha anime genre, and it makes its own thing, definitely, absolutely. It carves its own path, 100%. But it still is if you
mecha.
wouldn't show it to somebody who doesn't like mecha.
Yeah.
Like somebody who's like, I fucking hate Gundam, I like it was awful, shit like that. You're not gonna recommend it to that kind of person.
Fair enough.
So no mecha.
No, it's not saying that we're saying like no mecha or
no.
anything.
Honestly, Big O would probably be a really good starting point for if you're wanting to get into mecha, because it's not like super heavy shit. It's still kind of kaiju almost.
SSSS Gridman.
The fuck is that?
SS Gridman. Rika Tadaraki's thighs.
Are you
Wait,
gonna
what?
squeeze her?
Damn, you did not
Are you
hear
okay,
that.
man?
Rika Tadarashi's thighs. You don't know all about that? That happened?
No.
Okay, well, first of all, SS Gridman was the one that came out that utilized a lot of full 3D CG,
God damn.
but it worked to its detriment because it was imitating a lot of the live action Power Rangers shit.
Oh, the Sentai shit?
Yeah, the Sentai shit.
Wait, that's a new one, isn't
Bro,
it?
stop getting yourself banned, bro. What are you doing?
What do you do? Okay, so perhaps if it's happening this many times, it might not also be Nightbot's fault. You might just have to stop doing things that you're doing.
He's got like his caps key like
SSSS
permanently on.
Gridman.
Yeah, SSS Gridman.
Quadruple
That's
S
because he was talking about
Gridman.
what would be good for a mecha, and I feel that's it.
I
Because
d-
I
I'm
feel like a lot of
unfamiliar.
people who got into mecha first got off through Sentai because of the fact that it was like
Yeah. Power Rangers with the Zords and everything,
See, I
or
kinda got
even
off it
just
with,
like,
kaiju.
yeah.
they got a lot of mecha fans got their start through watching people do the big robot thing through Sentai and fighting kaijus, and it was like that was super cool. So
That's fair.
there was an anime that did that. So it's like if you want to get people into anime, probably start off with that, so that before you get them into super deep seated lore for every series, you just get them into are
Yeah.
you into giant robots beating the shit out of big monsters? Boom.
That's fair.
So it's,
Robotech
that's
is
not,
Yes
so
or
it's
no?
like it's
Fun
not to
one.
say that mecha as a genre itself isn't something you can get people into as a beginner. It's just how
Oh,
you
yeah.
approach it.
Yeah.
You just
for
have
sure.
to show them the right thing. Like, again, Robotech was really fun, and it's on. Oh, it's on Netflix. I didn't realize it, but it's on fucking Netflix. I'm just so
I'll have to
happy.
check it out.
I think the second season is under Macross Saga because that's what Robotech is. It's just Macross, but
I'll have to check it out though, because I don't think I've ever seen it, to be honest.
How about combat
super
anime
fun,
you
but
guys think is a
be
good intro
warned.
like Baki 2018?
it's old. It's
Ooh.
old Gundam like shit. It's old like 80s, 90s animation stuff.
I don't know if I'd necessarily
Pretty
say
basic.
Baki would be a good intro, just because, like, well, I don't know. If you just want like to see some just like straight fighting, then yeah, by all means, Baki would be great.
No,
Berserk.
if you're wanting to get somebody into fighting anime,
Berserk.
Hajime no
Berserk.
Ippo might be.
Well, and then that again goes into the same thing as like if they are down for the old animation style too. But yeah, definitely Hajime no Ippo would be a good one, just because I mean it has great story behind it as well.
Oh, dude, and those fucking like just hearing the man's tendons ripped to the sound of jet engines.
See, he's trying to like
I
sit
think this
through-
is the 10th or 20th time Sasha's mentioned that.
like he's trying
in
to
these,
what Search Me
all
Up
these
Here is
episodes.
doing is he's asking about like that
Only
particular
when that
category,
comes up,
which is like
leave me
big
alone.
muscly men beating each other up.
No
But that's
bully.
kind of a
What?
niche category in and of itself because of the fact that it's built off of the shonen / action genre. So
Yeah.
in that
No,
very
Shin Mineta is
particular
good,
niche,
all right?
what exactly
keep
fits there?
hearing
Like
that.
Fist of the North Star, right? Like big muscly
Oh.
burly men beating the shit out of each
Yep.
other. Fist of the North
The
Star.
OG big fucking
Berserk.
bullshit
Old
beating.
Berserk.
Berserk was also really fun. Oh, just makes me so
yeah,
sad.
not gonna lie, I only watch fighting genre.
It's
Yeah,
never gonna
and yeah, I don't think you settle for Fate, One Piece, Naruto, Bleach. Yeah, I don't
Hey,
think
I'm just
I don't think
saying-
like, you've been a fan of the new stuff like My Hero, particularly just because it seems a bit softer.
What is it?
Rip Kantaro Amura.
Megalobox search. I think you'd love that if you haven't seen it already.
My Hero's lacking in storyline, I guess.
The story's picking up now, finally.
We're
Yeah,
never gonna
Megalo
get to
ooh,
finish
Megalobox
Berserk.
is probably a very good one, but that fits a bit more in the sports category, I feel.
It still has a good fight, and it has a great story
hell
with
yeah.
it.
Not yet. I just watched Black Clover, 170 episodes.
And now they're going into seasonal style.
That's also
Bleach is
a
not
thing
a fighting
you
shonen.
really
It's
should
just pop
not.
shit disguised as a shonen. See, Arky gets it. Earlier when I was talking about the fact that Bleach would be hard to get into because it's a lot of people sitting around talking about how the power systems
No,
and everything
for
works
sure.
in the world.
And there's too many episodes for a fucking starter anime.
I mean, to be fair, when we talk about Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z,
Okay, Dragon Ball has like what 3-4 seasons though total, and that's not that many.
there are
Dragon
never
Ball
too
Z,
many
I'll give you
episodes.
that.
All right, you want to talk about not too many episodes? One Piece.
Fucking One Piece.
No, dude, it's short.
I would never, ever recommend One Piece as somebody's first anime.
It was mine.
That's got to be like their
Like,
own
no, I
choice to
get
watch that.
Like, but you did that on your own. I would never recommend that to somebody as a starter. There's just way too much going on.
Watch every episode in One Piece except the fillers. No fillers.
You're not a true fan. I watched the fillers too.
Ooh, Dan's one up.
I've seen every single episode and movie.
Jesus.
See, I cannot sit down and do that. Some of those episodes are just such a fucking slog.
I did. I watched everything. There's only one movie I haven't watched, and it's
I
just
can't believe
hard to
this
find.
exists.
Dan's a madman. All right, like he said, literally One Piece was his first anime,
I binged it.
so he most likely didn't know about the whole like fillers that you can actually skip and all that. So he just watched through everything.
The filler lists.
Slice of cheesecake. All right.
One Piece.
Oh shit! There's cheesecake in the fridge.
God damn it!
I'm
Look
sorry.
Look what you've done, Arky.
Oh man, there's cheesecake in the
enough,
fucking
though.
fridge.
Dude, I'd probably be the same way, honestly, if I had
Welcome
cheesecake in the
back to
fridge.
Scuffed Weebs Podcast. Our man's about to
man,
leave
I'm-
for cheesecake.
Yeah, like I am fucking Jones.
Those are real priorities.
Dude, I'm just saying, this whole like scuffs
Oh,
thing, like
bruv, I'm
tonight,
jonesing for a
it
slice.
started right away whenever Josh sent that the men with the fucking uttered nipples, honestly.
The cursed
We're
image.
not actually bringing this up. No, stop.
Yes.
Dude,
so
talk
can
about
we-
milkers.
There is a visual element to this podcast if you're watching on YouTube. So
Yeah, please,
On
Psycho. If you do this
Do it.
episode, please remember to add that picture in.
Yeah,
where
funny
is it?
thing,
I want to
Nancy,
see
this
it.
is your
again.
episode, bro.
Arky, I'm pretty sure
I'm
One
gonna save
Piece.
it.
Yours.
I think One
Gonna
Piece.
save it right now.
Kazuma,
God,
Kazuma.
Salem.
Hi, Kazuma des.
Bro, same.
I
I forgot about that one.
God.
What the fuck is with the
The
faces?
nibs on that
Alright,
man.
so
I think
maybe-
within
maybe
like
we should adjust Nightbottom.
I think within like
What?
the next 5 years, One Piece is gonna end.
No thoughts, head empty.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
I don't know.
Honestly, I doubt it.
It's been going for
I-
long enough, but where
The story's
fuck is
kind of.
that
I
picture?
feel like the story's kind of getting closer to like its end.
Where'd you send the picture? God damn it!
Oh,
wanna
I'll
see
send
this.
it to you. I got you. I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
That's what they said 2 years ago in an interview.
But I think like 5 years like from
Now they said
now.
another 5 years.
Here you go. Here's the
It's
freaking
always
man with
5
the udders.
What the fuck?
The biggest bet is which will end first: One Piece, Detective, Conan, or Pokemon.
Pokemon won't end anytime soon because they're just gonna make some other
No,
new bullshit. every
Pokemon
year.
won't end.
Detective
The only way
Conan.
that the anime will end is if they just stop with the whole Ash thing, and even then they'll just spin it off into
No
something
way.
else.
No. What's-
So,
what's it called?
did you guys hear the voice actress for Jessie passed as well? So who knows what's that's gonna do?
Let's just
They said
get
the manga
somebody
for
else.
One Piece is gonna end soon,
Yeah.
but Detective Conan still hasn't
Yeah,
seen
Pokemon
it,
won't
doesn't
end 'cause
see
money.
ending, and Pokemon's a franchise.
Man, Detective Conan's gonna just keep trucking. It is the longest running anime, and it will.
True, but it will not be Pokemon because Pokemon's just a franchise at this point. It's not even a series.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's been longer
You
running, so
can't
it
beat
kind
it.
of counts.
Detective Conan has a finite end because of the fact that the manga is going to end at some point, and it looks like they're getting there.
Yeah,
We're starting to get
I'm
closer and closer
so
to-
fucking far behind.
They're starting to get closer and closer to the leader of the Black Org.
So I'm
Well, I loved Conan when it was dark. Now it just gives Saturday morning cartoon vibes. Mostly because what you're watching is
What
just
the
filler.
fuck do you mean? Do you remember
stuff...
watching the first season?
I'm gonna say no because I didn't watch it.
Clearly not.
Initial D.
'Cause
If you're into
it was-
racing, yeah, it'd be a great one to do for if you're into racing
yeah.
and like cars. Yeah, no, that'd be a great
that's
one.
Definitely, probably the best one to
Emphasis
start
on
for
when
racing.
it was dark. It still is dark. It's just what you're
Yeah.
watching is the filler.
But
A lot
I
of the
love...
Saturday morning cartoon stuff you're talking about, that's just the filler. The main
Well, no-
plot stuff that's still happening, it's still dark.
Well, right, no, but like the first season was super like Saturday morning cartoon. Like all they're doing is who's the murderer of the week, which honestly it was really fun. I enjoyed it. I'm very sad that they stopped dubbing it because I have a very bad attention span. I'm very guilty of losing focus when there's just nothing but text on the screen.
You watch
It don't bother
Chinese
me.
Anime International.
What?
Now that I have my LASIK, it don't matter. I can just go to sleep while I watch my.
Search
My
me up,
anime.
asks, do you watch Chinese anime?
See, I just can't read.
I think that's like
like,
King's Game. I haven't watched
watching
King's Game,
something.
but I can kind of want to watch King's Game. Not King's Game.
Wait, what?
The,
I
I
was
was
about
like,
to
wait,
say,
what? We've been
excuse-
watching King's Game.
what?
No, what's it called? The King's Avatar?
Oh yeah, King's Avatar. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch King's Avatar.
I'm not even aware of.
I watch Korean
Chinese
anime.
anime
Powerpuff
there
Girls is
are.
my favorite. Says
All right.
Arky.
So I think we're getting here right to the end of this, so it works out
Yeah.
real quick. Not Sasha. Josh, are you awake?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, Sasha Des.
Okay. Just... Hi, Sasha Des. That's good. Good job. Good job. So real quick, I said it to the boys earlier, but we're about to be at 600 total plays on the podcast. We are 4 away. That is awesome. Like I could have sworn, like just literally like an episode or 2 ago, I was saying we were at like 500.
Right, like 4 or 5.
Getting
so
that
for
momentum. We're getting that
It to
momentum,
jump up
boys.
that much is insane, actually.
Thank you
Starting to
guys
pick up
for
steam.
listening.
So thank y'all for that. Seriously.
Happening.
It's
Yeah.
happening.
But
By the way, share us with a friend. Show them this stupid shit we do weekly.
yeah,
Ask them to join in the
Have
discussion.
friends
We
laugh.
love it when we have people asking us stuff, throwing
Yes.
out material, because God knows
Send
we
us
are
an
not
anchor.
that good at it.
It's
I think-
happening.
This would have like been a lot shorter if people weren't talking in the chat, I feel.
A little bit. We were already breezing through our picks. Like
Yeah.
we're doing next week.
yeah, it was a little. It was getting a little close there. I was like, flip.
Sean's
So-
eyes are so likable now. It's lickable now. Okay.
Wait.
Yeah, baby.
Well,
Alright.
Sean, where can they find us?
Yo,
If they wanna
yo,
start a discussion?
simmer down. Dan, what's our Twitter? Get us
At
out of here, please.
Weebs Podcast. Go follow it now.
Yeah. You can add us there too. Psycho,
Yeah.
what is the Twitch?
Well, if you'd like to join in the conversation and talk more about Sean's lickable eyeballs, apparently, you can watch us live at twitch.tv/caffeinated
Why are you like
Weebs
this?
podcast.
Sasha, you know what I'm going to ask, right? YouTube.
Uh-huh. So if you want to watch us with a little bit more of a visual element and a little bit more editing, some editing tricks by Sean and Psycho, you can find us on Caffeinated Weebs at YouTube.
Shit, this way. He does better editing.
Yeah, he does it more consistently, though. God damn it. Other way. There we go.
Yeah, like, what do you mean? I can't do that.
There's nowhere
No,
to
it's all
run.
Dan. It's all Dan.
Yeah, I do all the work.
Hey, Josh. What is that thing that we have that is not completely up to date and that Psycho says he puts memes there, but I think it's still only the one?
It is our / Caffeinated Weebs on Reddit,
thought of
where
any good
we
memes up
update
here.
with our latest YouTube episodes, Saturday discussion, meme, or even give us a recommendation of stuff you think we'd enjoy to watch on the podcast, or even discussions for that matter.
Yeah. And we also do have a Discord. You can always, I believe, just type in !Discord and you can join us there. But do be careful. If you are a bitch, your ass is out.
If you're a certified bitch, you're out of here.
Don't be a bitch.
Don't be a bitch. But if you like to listen on podcast format, you can listen on Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and Spotify. Just search Caffeinated Weebs Podcast. And you know what? If you ever want to send us an email, you can. People do that. People still send emails. It's crazy.
Emails?
You can. Hey, I don't know. I mean, they haven't sent us any. I'm just saying. I'm just
add
gonna
us
put it
on
out
Twitter.
there. It's going to be caffeinatedweebs.podcast@gmail.com. But yeah, you can definitely just do it on Twitter or whatnot. But hey, there's the email. If you want to drop it or like say shit on there, by all means. Anyways, I'm one of your hosts, Shawnee095. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Shawnee095.
I'm DanBTV. Find me on Twitch and Twitter and the same exact handle.
Yes, Alan, you can send us letters to the P.O. Box. I don't know what the P.O. Box is. But I've been Psychometry.
Do we actually have one?
On the same
Wait,
handle,
what?
Psychometry with 3 Ys.
Sasha, what?
Never mind.
You good, bro?
No.
Canadians don't have P.O. Okay, hold up. We do have P.O. Boxes. Fuck you.
We just don't have one. If you really want to be like that, I guess Arky is our P.O. Box, since if need be, he knows where I live. He knows where
you can send all your fan mail to Arky.
Psycho lives.
Boom, easy.
Josh, you need to do your outro. Oh no, Sasha, you still need to do your outros. Then
Oh
Josh.
shit. Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. I am Sasha. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Sasha's Streams.
I'm Zombie_Jai. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter under the same handle.
Yes, go check him out on Twinder.
Winder.
Twinder. That's where you
I'm sorry,
hook up with
Josh.
twins.
Why?
no.
Stop it. Stop bullying.